The acid rain stunned Lieutenant Chen's face, blurring the phosphorescent slime coating the skeletal remains of the atmospheric processor. Bravo 3 was pinned down in the ruins, a losing battle against an enemy they couldn't see, couldn't comprehend. Sergeant Major Thorne's silence was more unnerving than any alien shriek. He's been getting increasingly withdrawn, his usual gruff pronouncements reduced to clipped, almost hesitant sentences. "Status report, Corporal Silver," Chen barked, her voice tight with controlled anxiety. Silver's reply was ragged, breathless. "Gravimetric distortions spiking, Lieutenant. Readings all over the spectrum. Something's messing with the local physics." He swiped at the rain streaking down his visor. "And the xeno activity, it's escalating. They're moving in closer." Chen checked her weapon, a pulse rifle configured for xeno combat. "Raise, sensor sweep. Find me something I can shoot at." Ray's hunch over his console was a portrait of escalating panic. "I am getting interference, Lieutenant. Massive interference. It's like something's blocking everything, and I am feeling strange. A pressure behind my eyes." He clutched his head, visibly trembling. "Something is speaking." Chen frowned. Ray's was a meticulous specialist, known for his obsessive attention to detail. His breakdown was a disturbing omen. "Ray's, shake it off. Focus on the sensors." Thorne, who had been staring vacantly at the monolithic structure dominating the central plaza, a pulsating green mass that seemed to writhe with an internal life, finally spoke. His voice lacked its usual resonance, flat and toneless. They are welcoming. They offer belonging." Chen's blood ran cold. "Sergeant Major, what are you talking about?" Her hand instinctively tightened on her weapon. He didn't answer, his gaze fixed on the pulsating green light. He took a step forward, toward the monolith. "There is no conflict. There is only unity." "Sergeant Major, stand down!" Chen's voice rose in alarm. She knew with a certainty that settled like lead in her stomach that something was terribly wrong. Thorne wasn't acting like himself. Silver fired a burst of pulse fire into the forest surrounding the plaza, desperate to buy them time. "Contact! Xeno contact, Lieutenant! They're everywhere!" The xenos emerged from the phosphorescent forest, tall, slender figures with elongated limbs and eyes that glowed with an eerie intelligence. They weren't aggressive, not initially. They simply watched asterisk, their bodies seemingly synchronized with the pulsing rhythm of the monolith. "Raise, deploy the drone. Get me a priority transmission to command. We need extraction now," Chen commanded, trying to maintain a semblance of order amidst the escalating chaos. Rice fumbled with the drone controls, his hands shaking violently. I can't. Something's blocking the signal." He looked up at Chen, his eyes wide with terror. "I can't stop it." A wave of psychic energy slammed into Chen, knocking her to her knees. Images flooded her mind, alien landscapes, swirling nebulae, and a profound sense of interconnectedness. A voice, not her own, echoed within her skull. "Asterisk, join us. Embrace the unity. Asterisk." She fought against the intrusion, focusing on the familiar protocols, the weight of her weapon, the faces of her squaw. But the alien influence was relentless, insidious, seeping into her thoughts, blurring the lines between her own identity and something other. Thorne, now standing fully exposed in the plaza, raised his arms in a gesture of welcome towards the xenos. His eyes glowed with the same eerie green light as the monolith. "They are our kin. We are one." Chen recognized the truth in Thorne's words, a horrifying truth that shattered her understanding of reality. The xenos weren't invaders. They were welcoming, offering a place within their collective consciousness. "Thorne, what have you done?" Chen screamed, struggling to her feet. Thorne turned slowly, his face serene, devoid of any recognizable emotion. "I have shown them the way, Lieutenant, the path to true understanding." He spoke with a resonance that was somehow amplified, unnatural. Silver, panicking, unleashed a volley of pulse fire at Thorne, but the xenos intercepted the blasts, forming a shimmering shield that deflected the energy. "Corporal, cease fire!" "He's not seeing it," Thorne commanded. Silver's face crumpled. "No, I'm not letting you do this. You're compromised." He fired again, and this time a pulse blast struck Thorne's shoulder. The sergeant major didn't react, didn't flinch. Ray's, meanwhile, collapsed to the ground, clutching his head. I can't block it, they are speaking inside," he emitted a strangled cry and went limp. Chen knew she was losing them, losing her squad, losing her mind, but a spark of defiance, a stubborn refusal to surrender, flickered within her. She had to get a warning out. She had to alert command. She dove for the damn drone, desperately trying to override Ray's attempts to disable it. She managed to boot it up, fighting against the psychic interference that threatened to overwhelm her. Priority transmission to Man Kepler 186 F New Eden Xeno Assimilation Repeat Xeno Assimilation, she stammered, her voice strained. Suddenly, Thorne moved with impossible speed, intercepting her. He pinned her against the ground, his eyes burning with an alien light. Silence, Lieutenant. Your resistance is futile. He reached for the drone controls and with a single, deliberate action, shut it down. The screen went black. Chen looked up at him, her face a mask of despair. She recognized the utter conviction in his eyes, the terrifying certainty that radiated from his being. He was no longer Sergeant Major Thorne. He was a puppet, a vessel for something ancient and alien. "Join us, Lieutenant," Thorne said, his voice a chilling echo of the alien consciousness that controlled him. "Embrace the unity." Chen closed her eyes, bracing herself for the inevitable, but as she did, a single thought, a flicker of defiance, ignited within her mind. She would not surrender. She would fight, even if it was a losing battle. Even if it was her last. She opened her eyes, met Thorne's gaze, and with a surge of adrenaline kicked him away. Then she ran. She ran into the phosphorescent forest, disappearing into the shadows, pursued by the watchful eyes of the xenos, and the chilling echo of Thorne's final words, "You cannot escape the unity."